welcome back to my channel. Today we're finally doing the sleeve. So we had episode 1 with the back, we had episode 2 with the front of the bodice pattern, and now we're gonna do the matching sleeve. The matching sleeve is quite easy. There's not much into it. It's gonna be a quite quick video, and then I will do the bottom as well. So I'll do a skirt and a trousers pattern, quite simple and straightforward, so then you can utilize it and modify it to do your own pattern making. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm excited. So first thing that you want to do is to draw a straight line. This will be the center of your sleeve. From the top, you want to measure your length. In the first video that I did for the bodice pattern, I talk about the measurements. So if you haven't watched that video, I really recommend you to watch that first. Also from the top, you'll have to measure half of your arm length plus 2 centimeters. In my case, came to 26 centimeters. So go ahead and do a square line in each of those points. So the top will be your head sleeve. The middle line will be your elbow point, elbow line, and then the bottom one will be your wrist line. And this will be some guidelines that we will need to use to make the pattern. The next thing that we need to do is to go back to our bodice pattern, the back and the front. And in here, we're going to connect the shoulder point of both the back and the front. Find the middle point and then connect that point into the armhole in the bust line. So this vertical line, we're going to measure it and take that measurement 3 centimeters. So in my case, our original was 21 centimeters, 0.7, and you take that measurement 3 centimeters. So in my case, it came up to 18 centimeters, 0.7, and then we're going to use that measurement to do our sleeve. So from the top, we want to measure the same measurements that we got from the front and back bodice pattern and do a square line. So this will be your bicep line. Next, on the bicep line, the one we just drew, we are going to measure from the center of the sleeve 3/4 of BA, and BA, as I mentioned in the first video, is the bust arc, minus 1 centimeter divided by 2. So this in my case comes to 14.8 centimeters. And you measure this to the front and to the back. On the wrist, you're going to measure half of the wrist measurement to each side, so to give the total amount. And then you just connect those 2 points that we just created. Back on the bicep line, we are going to measure 1/4 of BA plus 0.25 divided by 2 plus 3.5 centimeters. And this in my case came up to 8.6 centimeters. You'll measure this to each of the sides from the center of your sleeve. And then you just do a straight line until they meet the head of the sleeve line. In this line, you'll find the middle point of this new connection, and then find the middle point of this new connection. So you divide it basically in 2, and then you divide it back again in 2, as it shows in the image on the side. And you do the same for both sides. Next step is to do a 45-degree line in each of those corners, both back and front. By the way, the left side is the back and the right side is the front. So do that diagonal line, and then on the back we're going to measure on that diagonal line 4.5 centimeters. And then the front we will measure 4 centimeters. Next we're going to measure this vertical line and divide it by 2 and connect it to the half point that we created prior to this. And then on the front, we're going to do the same, but add 1 centimeter to this vertical line. So divide it by 2 plus 1, and then also connect it to the half point. Next, you're going to take the quarter measurement, so the smaller measurement that we have at the top, and replicate it at the diagonal line. And then do the same from the front, but instead of the quarter, we're going to need the half measurement, and then replicate it as well on the vertical line. And then connect those 2 points, and then you'll see we'll start getting a more curved line. So we have our sleeve pretty much done. All is left to do is to round our sleeve head. So go ahead and join all of those points that we have done before, and you can do it by hand or you can use the curved ruler. I kind of do a mix of both, but mainly I use my ruler because I know it will give a better look to the sleeve. And this is how your sleeve pattern should look like. And the only thing left to do is the notches. And to do so, you can measure the notches from the bodice pattern that we did already, as I show here on the video, and then copy that measurement into the sleeve head. Do the same from the back and for the front. So use your curve ruler, is much easier. You can use just your measurement tape. So the last thing that we need to do is the notch on the sleeve head, and to do so we need to go back to the bodice pattern, the back and the front. And you can see here I have highlighted in red 2 measurements, and you can see that on the left I have 22 centimeters 0.5, and on the right side I have 21 centimeters. We need the difference between the measurements. So the notch on the sleeve head will be half of this measurement towards the front. And you just need to mark that measurement from the sleeve center towards the front. Go ahead and mark all the notches down with a different color. As I told you, pretty simple, quite straightforward. I'm so happy that now you guys have, a whole top that you can utilize, modify and change it and play with it. This is just a very, very basic pattern, front, back and sleeve, and then you can alternate and modify it and just have fun, really. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will be doing a bottom as well, so stay tuned and put your thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, I'll very much appreciate that support, and I'll see you next time. See ya!